Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday. Firstly, if you fancy joining, just click on that offer there and wait for the magic to appear. Free trading course and free Premier League research. And there she blows. So sign up if you fancy some free Premier League research in your inbox every week and a Betfair Trading Made Easy course. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Football Trading Profits, where I jump on when I'm well, a live stream or two, but I was awful yesterday with that bug, as you can hear. A lot better today. Full night's sleep and paracetamol, bit of carrot juice, bit of beetroot juice, lots of tea, and feeling a lot better, thankfully. Let's take a stroll through yesterday. Premier League wise, I was waiting for the 1-1 at half time in the Tottenham Newcastle match, but Isak had other ideas and got the goal before half time. I did give you a quick shout with the Aston Villa match in two separate ways. You could have laid the draw second half, 0-0 at half time. With Aston Villa scoring first, you'd have got that cash out that you needed. Could also lay that draw after Mavridi's equaliser. This is what Leicester do. They look competitive, but this is what Aston Villa do as well. And what they've been doing at home: 2 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals. So they're doing a good job. Trust them. They're villains. So hopefully you made a profit on that one. Bournemouth and Everton is it's a difficult one. The in-play stats were saying Bournemouth are going to score, but Everton's recent history was saying, well, we do a lot of nil-nils. So 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. Can't discount the 0-0. That's the problem with playing this Everton side. It's a bit like playing the Manchester sides. You don't know which one will turn up. Crystal Palace and Chelsea again, London derby. Don't play London derbies. And, well, Chelsea let a lead slip late on. Man City, I laid them. I think it was 2-0 up, 1.06, just because of their past history, but clearly back on form. This is the death knell for Southampton. Given a chance by the market yesterday, but it's awful. They are going down unless they can get Matt Le Tissier back fresh and fit, and Francis Benali at the back. Brighton and the Arsenal. Uh, Arsenal scoring first. Brighton, the draw specialists. I wouldn't have taken on an Arsenal lead, and that sums it up. Arsenal were very tough to score against. It took a penalty for Brighton to get through. Arsenal will be disappointed, but this was a very tough match for them. Brighton, very well drilled. No real angles for me there yesterday. In French League 1, well, Lyon just limping across the line against Montpellier, 1.36. Well, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? A Montpellier opener early in the second half. Oh dear, they will be bitterly disappointed, Montpellier. 91st minute goal conceded. Ouch. Oh, that's going to hurt. Lille and Nantes, another poor performance, 1.5 home favourite. If Nantes scored first, that could have been a possible angle yesterday, but no, Lille scored first. Italian Serie A, a well-deserved equaliser for Empoli. I didn't pull the trigger. I was interested, but I didn't pull the trigger. The in-play stats would have shown one-way traffic. Venezia newly promoted, and therefore they have a target on their back, so you could have taken them on there. Fiorentina Napoli, for me, derby-style match. I wouldn't be playing. Verona and Udinese, 2.5 the favourite, as Les Dennis would say. So those are the major fixtures yesterday. Let's have a look on to today. And I'll get you your Premier League research for you. Fulham and Ipswich. Ipswich on a bit of a run at the moment, but the market doesn't fancy that at all. Just beating fellow Londoners, or for Fulham, fellow Londoners, Chelsea, 1-2. Sorry, down here, 2-0 win against Chelsea and keeping it tight against the Arsenal. So you'd be expecting that from Ipswich today. A tight at the back performance. Away from home, Again, it's a 1 goal in it set of performances. So, and they've been playing London opponents as well, keeping it tight. A 1-2 win against Tottenham, keeping it tight against the Arsenal. And they got that recent win against Chelsea as well with home advantage. So they're not going to be fearing this Fulham side at all today. 1.55 looks a tad short for me. These are, like Brighton, draw specialists at the moment. Very frustrating, but it takes a good one. Well, it doesn't take a good one. It takes Wolves to beat them. But they are going through a hell of a run, aren't they? Since the 26th of October, only the one defeat, and that was a strange one against Wolves. Both teams to score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 7 matches have seen both teams to score. Certainly, if Ipswich score first, you'd be thinking that we could get them. But I thought the same thing when they scored first against Chelsea. Liverpool and Man U, derby-style match, but this Man U is laughable. Sticking old codgers, Casemiro and Eriksen. Casemiro had his day in the sun at Real Madrid. Ditto Eriksen at Tottenham. Lord knows why they're being signed. They've got nothing to give. It's just bewildering. Whoever's running Manchester United, absolutely bewildering. In stark contrast, Liverpool are not signing 30-plus-year-olds who've had their day, are they? Although they've got one in Mo Salah, who's delivering. This should be a comfortable home win, but don't forget it is a derby-style match. We could get plenty of yellow cards. Could turn into a red. We don't know. French League 1. Bonjour, Rodders. 2.2, 2.05, and a couple of odds-ons at home. You saw yesterday's odds-ons really struggle, so we might see that again. It's great to see Italian Serie A back as well. The Roma derby, you know what I think about derbies. You saw Rangers 3, Celtic 0. I couldn't have foreseen that. Torino, well known for being ultra defensive. And yeah, if you want to get rid of your insomnia, get a season ticket to Torino. Although, well, failing to score, 1, failing to score, failing to score, 1, failed to score, failed to score, failed to score. You see the problem with Torino. It's up front, isn't it? I bet these goals, well, do they have extenuating circumstances? No, they were from open play. This is a rarity for Torino, scoring 2 goals. Can they build upon that today? They don't look trustworthy, do they? We can pick our battles, and Torino don't look like a side worth following. 2.75 the favourite, 2.45 the favourite, suggesting just be a little wary of these 2 matches. Perhaps a focus predominantly on the in-play stats. Marseille against Le Havre. Newly promoted Le Havre having big problems. Don't fancy the French League today. You saw the disappointment yesterday, but we can have a look as ever. It's a little early in the video, so let's take a look down in France, French League 1. And I keep repeating, Soccer Stats is excellent. So have a quick look. Angers and Brest. Let's have a look at this one while I take a sip of my coffee. That's more like it. Only the 3 wins all season for Angers. An eye-catching win against Monaco. That's the absolute standout for me. And as to Brest, they do all of their best work at home. They've only got the 1 away win, 3 consecutive away defeats, conceding 3 goals. They've conceded 3 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recent away matches. Brest, oh dear, Brest is not best. As to Angers, they've conceded in the last 7 at home. Both teams have scored it in the last 5 Brest matches and the last 4 away matches for Brest. They're on a run of 6 consecutive over 2.5 goal matches away from home and 5 overall. That could neutral angle might be there. Do Angers have the firepower to take advantage of a real struggling Brest? But do note The vast majority of defeats have come against the top 8. But we've got a big question mark here, how they're going to perform against the bottom 3. They've played them at home, not away. 3-1 loss to Montpellier as well. Compounds this very poor form. Good performance from Montpellier yesterday, wasn't it? Just crossing that line, Lyon with an own goal late on. Angers playing 11th today, and they can't really get a tune out of the top 13, can they? Scored 2 goals on 2 occasions at home, producing a win only once. They look vulnerable, but so do Brest. It's not a match which greatly appeals, is it? We can pick our battles. I'm waiting for the return of the Spanish and the Germans Bundesliga. It's been a really tricky set of fixtures as we come into the new year. We're only going to rely on the English and the English lower tiers. Lens, only 3 defeats all season, and they're losing to Champions League bound teams only. They look really solid, scoring 2+ goals in 4 of the last 5 as well. But Toulouse have hit a bit of form, haven't they, since the 27th of October? 2 consecutive away defeats, again against big names, Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco. So this looks a fascinating fixture already. Let's have a look at the challenge table. 7th against 9th, you can see Lens are unbeaten against 5th and lower. Clean sheets against 5th, 6th and 11th at home. Haven't played Toulouse yet this season. Toulouse tend to lose to the top 5, really, but they've yet to beat a top 11 side away from home as well. Let's have a look at the odds. 2.05 the favourite. Well, it's tricky. I do like what I'm seeing from Lens, but then Toulouse recently, since the 27th of October, only losing to Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco, top 3 sides recently. So this is going to be more competitive for me than 2.05 the favourite suggests. Have a look at the goal times. It's always provided with a trading angle, and it looks as if 75th to 90th minute, 7 goals in total. 4 goals conceded by Toulouse late on. So if we've got a Toulouse lead, and they might lead by half time, they really come out the blocks very quickly, don't they, Toulouse away from home. So if there's a late goal, if there's a draw 75th minute onwards, that draw might be vulnerable. So you can see with French Ligue 1, it's tricky today, isn't it? Strasbourg and Auxerre. Let's have a look at this one. This is a quick way for you to just have a get an idea pre-match, and you can see already 4 defeats, 4 wins only for Strasbourg all season, 3 of them coming at home. But they're on a run of 2 consecutive clean sheets. But Le Havre, as we know, newly promoted side. Auxerre, well, had a good run from September to November. They failed to score in 2 of the last 3. A good 2-2 against Lens. They've conceded in the last 7 away matches, which is a concern and something for you to remember. If Auxerre score first, they've conceded in the last 7. Remember Peterborough yesterday, I think conceded in the last 23 and conceded very, very late. That's how we use these stats. 13th against 8th. Auxerre do not travel well away from home, but contrary-wise, putting in really good performances against the top 5, but then losing against 9th and lower. Notable because they're playing 13th today. This is a Strasbourg who are unbeaten against 7th and lower at home. They do have 2+ goals in the locker against 7th and lower. So I think possibilities, if Auxerre score first, they might be vulnerable today. And goal times, 10 of 16 goals conceded away have come second half. More vulnerable in the last 15 minutes, Strasbourg as well, so they might not be able to hold on to a lead. They might get a goal before half time. The vast proportion of their goals have been scored between the 16th and 45th minute, 6 goals in total. Indeed, 16th to 60th minute, 9 goals in total out of 11. So that's a crucial time, the first hour for Strasbourg. If they don't score, you fear for them. If they don't score by the hour mark, and that could be a good indicator as well to lay the draw second half if it's 0-0 at half time, because we're going to get some pressure from Strasbourg, knowing that they struggle post 60th minute, so they might get an early response. Let's have a look at the last match. You can see it's a tough old coupon. Marseille and Le Havre. We're not going to have a look, are we? Because it's very obvious. 1.3 home favourite. Marseille in really good nick at home. Challenge table on your right-hand side here. Second in the league against second bottom. Le Havre are only doing their good work against fellow strugglers, and they're conceding 3 or 4 goals today. That fits in with a 1.3 quote for Marseille. But Marseille have, at home, been a little less effective than they are on the road. So Le Havre might feel they're in with a shout here. No win against Auxerre and lower in the league. But this is the problem for Le Havre. It's keeping the big boys out. Don't forget, this is with home advantage for Le Havre, and they're still conceding 3 or 4 goals against the top 6. So that's the Achilles heel for Le Havre today. I'm still probably not going to be doing a live stream today. Just still feeling groggy, but as you can hear, the cough has gone. But I'm very, very groggy, very hot still. Serie A, we've already looked at. Championship sees Sunderland against Portsmouth. We can have a quick look at that match as well. Sunderland and Pompey. You'd be favouring Sunderland, really, wouldn't you? We got a nice result yesterday. Pompey reminded me they got that win against Coventry recently, and we got that nice Coventry +1, Norwich +1 yesterday. Frank Lampard, I just don't fancy him as a manager. Going to go the same way as Wayne Rooney. I don't know how these idiots get a job. Wayne Rooney is unproven as a manager. He's still taking home a ridiculous amount of money each week. Before I go, some of yesterday's winners. Leeds United. Hope you cashed out at 1-2 to Leeds. It ended 3-3. Late goals in Leeds matches is the watchword there. Did lay Man City just for fun because of their really poor form. That was a standout yesterday. Preston, if you went +1, you'd have profited. But I always try to keep a small amount on the draw to incentivise me to go. 44 quid, Preston. And I did, as you can see, take out my liability on the Oxford match. I did make a couple of mistakes yesterday, and that was down to me being ill, particularly Stoke and Plymouth. That was my own personal play, but I got the calculations wrong because when you're not feeling it, that's fine. But insurance yesterday, paying off admirably. Did we lose? No, we didn't. So insurance is very effective. Cambridge Bristol Rovers, did we lose? No, we didn't. You want to know more about insurance? Well, join footballtradingprofits.com. I'm not going to give you the secrets away for free. Blunderland tend to do their losing away from home, and all of their defeats have been 1 goal in it. So they have 3 wins in 4 at home, 2-1 home wins. So if the Portsmouth score first today, can we rely on that Sunderland pattern? Indeed, Sunderland scored 2 goals in a lot of recent matches at home. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recent home matches. Wow. That is embedded form. I call it embedded form because it's consistent, isn't it? Pompey conceding 2+ goals in each of the last 4 away matches. That's consistent form as well, or lack thereof. Conceded in the last 12. Scored unbeaten in the last 12 at home. Conceded in the last 12 away. No win in 7 away. Solidly with the Black Cats today if this pattern continues. 4th in the league against 21st. 4th top against 4th bottom. And again, we haven't met any of the bottom 5 at home. But if you're beating them away from home without home advantage, then you can infer a comfortable home win today. We're expecting 2 goals from the Black Cats today, at least. Pompey, only the 1 win away from home. Very competitive against the top 5 away. So just be a little careful with that. Very competitive indeed. But they're conceding 2 goals regularly. So we're expecting 2 goals of the Black Cats today, aren't we? On that challenge table form. But as ever, this is pre-match form. It's what happens in play. You need the in-play stats to marry with what you've decided pre-match. And it looks like a very strong first half for both teams. 13 of 21 goals scored at home have come first half for Sunderland. 10 of 13 goals scored at home have come first half. Away have come first half for Pompey. So it's a very strong first half bias. You might want to factor that in if you're doing an over 2.5 goal play there. English League 2. Well, this is a very big warning sign. 2.6 the favourite in such a poor league. 2.38 the favourite, 2.28 the favourite. I'm really not too keen on League 2 at all. But I'll keep an open mind. If the in-play stats shout, then I will respond. But it's telling you it's a very, very tough coupon. Mickey Mouse Super Cup seems to be catching. We've had it in Italy. Now we've got it in France. I wouldn't be playing this myself. Top 3 in French League 1. Not for me. And great to see the Greeks returning. I don't think they'll be having a winter break. It's nice and warm. AEK Athens against Volos, 1.3 favourites. No Olympiakos today. Solid Olympiakos, but we've got some of the big boys. But this is a local derby of sorts. Panathinaikos against PAOK Thessaloniki. Derby style match. So just be a little wary with that one. But certainly AEK Athens will get my eye at 3 o'clock. Copa del Rey, I would caution you. Mallorca couldn't be bothered yesterday. 3-0 defeat. Atletico Madrid could be bothered, but team news for Atleti, they had pretty much the first 11 out against Marbella yesterday. So some teams, well, it's because they haven't really had competitive football. That's why Simeone put out the first 11. Real Sociedad, we saw Betis 1-0 lead, end up 1-1. So some of these sides are just not up for the cup. If you want to be ultra disciplined, stay out of cup matches, stay out of derby matches. So that's it for today. Premier League research, if you fancy it, Betfair Trading made easy, footballtradingprofits.com. Make sure you sign up. Click on that button there, or go to dp/betfair/trading/made/easy/ from Guns N' Roses. Fantastic stuff. Hope to see you. But I won't be doing a live stream today, I'm afraid. I'm still feeling a bit ropey. I'm just hot now, but as you can hear, the cold has gone. But I will be on hand for members on Telegram, and it's likely to be, like it was yesterday, more verbal than anything. I've got to be very wary because I made a few mistakes yesterday, and that was down to the illness. Personal mistakes, thankfully. And the majority of my calls came in yesterday, apart from Doncaster Port Vale. It looks like a good coupon. Starting point today. Well, we got the early kickoff in Italian Serie A, but it looks like 2 o'clock will be the general starting point for the Premier League, French League 1, and Italian Serie A. So 2 o'clock, you're likely to be starting to hear from me on Telegram. Have a great day.